Hello there, this is Patricia from Pinky's World, and today I'm making this little gift box. It has been made out of the Memories and More card and envelope pack. You get two different designs in it with lots of envelopes, and you may not want to use it all. You get a blue in there as well. You may not want to use it all for cards, so I thought I'd come up with a wee gift idea, so you could use this one as well. And as I say, they've got the nice matching envelopes. So rather than all cards, I thought I would go with a wee box, and this is the size it turned out. It's 1 3/4 inch square, and just has a wee hold at the top. I'm actually going to stick that to the back, I think, so that we could open it up like and just flip that out of the way. But inside, I've got the wee candles again, at the very bottom, wee candle holder. So you could put sweets in it, or oh, I don't know, what else would you put in there? Candles. I don't know, you'll think of something. At the minute it's candles for me, so that's what I'm going with. So what we need to do is get your card, and we're going to score it. On that last box I have gone with gold embossing. You can see the shine of it there over the top of it. So I've used this with white ink, and then I've gold embossed it. This time I'm just going to use the white ink and then white emboss it and see what it looks like, just to give a wee variety. So I have glitter gold embossing powder sticking to my every move, so even this is covered in it. So be warned, if you don't want to bother doing that, don't, in my opinion. So this is going to be our bottom. The whiter part is going to be at the bottom. Don't know why, but I decided to go that way. Choice is yours. So go in with the long side of your card and score it at 1 3/4 inches, and then go over to 3 1/2, 5 1/4, and 7 inches, and that leaves us a wee 1 1/2 inch to fold behind. Turn it round, and didn't I say it was the bottom? So at the bottom you want to do a 1 3/4 inch score. The center line, as you can see, has practically disappeared. I've just rubbed it with my embossing folder on the flat table on both sides, and I just took that fold. As long as you haven't pre-folded it, it'll go out of it easily. So then you want to go in and score these just gently. This is really thick card, so it's perfect for gift boxes, really, in my opinion. Lovely card base too. And if you get the Memories and More card pack with it, you get stickers and lovely, greeting cards like this. I've practiced my embossing onto that, and you get both sides. So it's great wee packs. If you're not up for making a whole load of hard cards at this time of the year. So we'll score up our bottom bit too. Too much chit chat. So we're going to cut up these. This is the short edged one, so it will be coming off. Just cut straight up and then straight across. You can actually angle that one in if you want to have it less bulky, and you can angle it at the top as well. And then we want to score this one, or cut. My head's away 2 steps ahead of me. Cut them all up. And then just fold it up like you're going to make your box on the side. This is going to be the back, so we want this one here to be our long one, and we can chop off all the rest. So we know this one is going to be our longer one. These ones you can chop off, just to have a wee bit less bulk. It's strong enough to hold your item. It really is strong enough. So double check everything before we stick. That will go inside there. This will fold up here, and that's your front of your box. So all you have to do is go in and give those a wee trim if you're happy that you've cut it the right way. Just that you've no bits sticking out where you don't want them. Just leave the big one alone, don't trim it in. It should be fine. You keep those bits if you want. Mine are going to the bin. I have just too many bits at the minute. Right, so we want to do some embossing. We know we don't really need these. We can emboss that, and if you really want, I have a wee bit of gold showing up on it there. The rest of them are tucked in. This one's tucked in. So you're just doing the 4 panels. Get yourself a piece of scrap. And you want to set that down. We're going to do like 2 panels at once. So the reason being that the white dries really, really quick. So if you don't get your embossing done quick enough, it'll dry on you and you'll not be able to add your embossing powder. So we're going in with the Whisper White. It's probably not Whisper White anymore, but the plain white ink. I think I have that straight. It'll hardly matter. So I'm using a nice wee small brush here, and I'm going in just in circles. Just till you see it's all filled, and try and not leave any lumps and bumps. You can do accidentally, but I mean, it doesn't really matter, but it just spoils the look slightly. So that's what you're going to do. Keep doing that on all of those, and I'll come straight back to you. So I've that one side done. You can see a few wee splodges there because I'm only after filling up my white ink, and I think it just was a bit too overzealous with my brush there. So do a couple of practice runs if you're fussy. Cover that in your white embossing powder. Knock it off. I should have done that. I have my flipping thing sitting here. Like, totally forgot to use it. Use that first before you go any further. So if that all sitting on, I'm going to now heat it up. Try and keep it up close so you can see it, but I don't want to melt the powder laying below me here. So you can see that's starting to take now. And it's going to look a wee bit messy here and there because it just was too rough, too fast. But you want to get this done before your ink dries. It's not slow drying. It really dries too quick, the white one. But it does give a nice effect. It'll look like snowfall. I'm not overly worried. Just make sure you've got it all melted. We're going to need to pop this back and start again. So just repeat the other side. And just don't go as mad. So this time we can go right down to the bottom because it goes underneath. And we don't need to bother too much about that. So sort of line it up where it's close to the edge, but covering everything you want. And go back in. So I'm trying to do a wee bit less this time because it really was messy there. I've totally forgot to you can see the lines where I've just added fresh ink. Silly Billy. So just keep doing that until you fill the side up and I'll come straight back to you. So that's it, all embossed. You can see you could go in with the clear. I did try it with the clear VersaFine. You don't get as nice a white as the added extra of the white behind, so it's entirely up to you what look you're going. So we want to fill this one down and put our glue on there because that's our joining one. I'm just going with Tomboy. Make sure you get the bits that are going to be sticking out well glued. So you can hold that one down, press that one over, try not to get covered. So don't score the embossed bit, score the in-between bits. Because when you turn it over, you'll be able to get at those bits the other side. You don't want to break up your embossing. Whenever you're happy, and you can try it out, make sure everything's nice and neat. Now, that is your box. So that's the back. This is, sorry, this is your front. So you want to fold those two down, that one down, and that one. And then you want to make sure that that one doesn't need a trim at this stage. You don't want it showing. I could give that a wee slight trim, just to make sure it's not causing any havoc. But I don't want to take too much off and then it shows the box off. So again, just go in with your bit of glue on the big one. And just make sure that it's nice and straight, nicely lined up. And then you can squeeze those two sides together, and that will hold your wee peg, which I'm going to use a white one. Where did I leave it? Oh, this desk, it's madness. But we'll go on, it'll come up. Oh, there it is. So that will sit in there, but we're going to add a wee bit of gold as well to spruce it up a wee bit. Right, with a bit of embossing to do first. Where's my page? I used the snowflakes again, or the sparkling snowflake. I'm using the smaller size, these two here, which I also have somewhere. So we're going to go in with the first one, the solid one in Poppy Parade. Onto a bit of card. You want to actually let this dry slightly before you put your white on over the top of it. I'll just stamp my sentiment, which is for you. Stamp that up at the top. And we can work on that whenever this is dry. So just cut that off. And then we're just going to cut around it. So you just turn your word and try and keep your scissors steady at the corners there. It makes it that wee bit easier. And that can be stuck directly onto our box. Just flat. You can put the dimensions on if you feel like it. I thought it was safer flat in case it gets knocked about. Just about there. Looks fine, doesn't it? So now we can go in with our white one with white ink. And we'll get our embossing powder opened again. Might make it a bit messy. This is really thick embossing powder for some reason. You really need to buy a nice softer one. But as I say, use what you have. If you have only the clear, try it in the clear. I'm going to stick my head in front of you here just to make sure I'm over the top of my snowflake. You can see it is nice in the white, but I imagine it might dry out a wee bit too much. So we'll try it with this. If we don't like it, we can always go in and change it. So close up your ink pad. It's inclined to dry with the heat. Get rid of that. Ugh. You're making a right fool of me, that. So get your drum, do that again. That is pretty nice, isn't it? It does shoot, it nearly makes it 3D look, and it's lovely like in real life. So what we want to do now is punch that out. I'm going to use a 1.5 inch, and I have a small 1/3. If you don't have these punches, get your circle dies out and do that, or just cut round it. Make sure it's dry. So that sort of fits it perfectly for me. And then you want to go in with some of that nice More Dazzle, which is available at the minute, which is really sparkly. So I'm going to fit this in. I'm pushing it down slightly and then turn it over, because I think you're better to cut really heavy, and that is pretty heavy paper. Face down. You're supposed to use these down anyway. I mean, normally you would just press it if it was just paper. So try that if it gets stuck on you or anything. So we want this sitting on top here, and I'm just going to put some bigger dimensionals on. And I'm putting lots on because it is sparkly paper. If it happens to fall off, just let it fall naturally and then put a bit of Tomboy glue on it, or do that first if you're worried about it, not if your paper is like glittery or anything. It may not take to it. So pop that in the middle. And then you need a wee piece that's going to fold over the top of your bag to the length you want it. Go as long or as short as you want. I might bring this one a wee bit longer than the last time. So I've just folded that over, and I'm going to cut it off. And you can round your corners if you want. If not, don't bother. So you want to put glue on, let's say about this amount here, just the edges there. And put a right wee bit on, because I say you're using sparkly paper. And I'm trying to put that on so that one of the snowflake points up to the top. And just let that stick on there. While you're waiting, you could add a wee bit of white to the centre of that if you want. See what that one looks like. I actually like the red showing out of that, so I'm not going to bother. So fill your box up, pop this on top, in the centre, and then go back in with your wee, I'm moving this, it's not liking me moving it, because the box is empty probably. I don't want it sticking to my box, sure don't. So make sure that's stuck. And add a red gem or something if you feel like it. You could add red gems to your snowflakes, but I think it's a great wee box, like, from a card. It can give you the measurements you need if you haven't got these cards and you just want to make it out of the piece of your own card. I'm hoping that sticks now. If you want, just ask for them. Otherwise, the measurements will be there for the card. So, and there it is. One's gold, one's white. I actually like the white better. I know this is more subtle, but I think the white really is nice and Christmassy and sparkly too. So, that is me finished. I'll have everything listed below and measurements on my blog, and I'll catch you all again soon. Thanks for watching now. Bye.